Well, hello, fifth grade. Nice to talk to you. I wish I could see you. Like I said before, wish we could be together. But this is the next best thing, and I know God will bless you. All right, middle school orientation. What happens in a orientations? What are we going to do? Um, every year we do this. We've been doing this for a while, like I said, and there's several different things that we go over. Okay, here are some of those things. Here are the things we're going to go over. The first thing, which is today, is me. I call it adjusting to alterations. There's going to be so much that's going to change in your life. We're trying to just help you adjust a little. I know many of you are excited, and that is wonderful, and I'm glad you are. But there's still a lot of changes going to happen. We're going to talk about things today, even. How do we prepare for middle school? How do you think about the future and what's going to happen? Another thing we do is remember things. Call it memories treasured. And Mrs. Stockman's going to do that for you. Anytime you move on from one time of your life to another, it is really important, and it is healthy, and it is necessary for you to remember the things you went through. Remember those good moments. Remember, think about the things you are going to miss about elementary. And Mrs. Stockman is going to think about the things that they're going to miss about you. What has God done, and what will God do in your life? The next one we're doing, I call it the day-to-day delights. It's important to remember, but it's good to think about the specific things that will be happening. Mr. Rast will do that one. I can imagine this is going to be one of your favorites. As you know, Mr. Rast this year is the sixth grade homeroom teacher. So as a sixth grade homeroom teacher, he's going to talk about what to expect, where to go, some basic supplies you will need. Next year, however, he is going to be the secondary principal. So he'll talk to you as the secondary principal about all these fun activities that you do in middle school. Things that I hope you're really looking forward to, and he can explain anything. Hopefully he'll explain everything, and you can ask some questions later. All the fun things, and even actually some of the classes. What are the classes taking? Then we're going to do something called Helping Hands. There's several volunteers from the sixth grade. They're working on a writing assignment, and what this writing assignment is advice for you, what to expect. You'll be able to read it and actually write questions back to them. And of course, we always have to pray about our future and what's going to happen. And the teachers, you will have an opportunity to send prayer requests about this transition to middle school and anything else. And the teachers, and it will be emailed to the teachers, and they will pray for you. They'll make it a point to. Your parents will be able to participate in something if they want. We're going to have a Zoom meeting with them. They will get this information in the letter. As many as would like to participate. And we'll talk to them about what it's like for them going from an elementary parent to a school parent. All right. Let me ask you something. Do you remember having these toys when you were little? Anyone remember any of these? Maybe some of you have younger siblings. I know I have two children, two daughters, and I think they had a few of these, okay? Now, do you still have them? And if they are put away in a box somewhere, do you play with them? I doubt it, okay? How about these toys? Girls especially, anyone have these when you were a little bit younger? Okay, these. When the movie first came out, that thing, a lot of people had this one. Or even something that looked like that. Again, if you have younger siblings. Those Polly Pockets, my daughters had them, and we had little outfits and shoes and shirts and pants of Polly Pockets all over the house. But they were great. Okay, again, if you did play with them, do you still have them? Maybe in a box somewhere? Do you play with them? One more. How about this, okay? Pokemon stuff, or just a baby doll. Buzz Lightyear, I bet a bunch of you have this one. How about just Barbie dolls? That was the only picture I could find. Barbie dolls. Okay. My daughters had Barbie dolls. Okay? Had two girls. And they played with them. And after a while, they came to an age when they didn't play with them anymore, which is pretty normal. You grow out of it. Then one day, I got a box and said, "Okay, girls, you don't play with your Barbie dolls anymore. Let's give them to someone." And they looked at me and said, "No, no, we're keeping them. We remember these are ours. You can't have them." And so we put them back. They never played with them, but yet they didn't want to give them away. Do you think that's a little weird? Actually, that's pretty normal. The Barbie doll represented their childhood, who they were, where they came from. They had good memories of their childhood, and the Barbie doll kind of symbolized that. That's why some of those other toys, obviously you probably don't play with them. If you do, it's okay, but you probably don't play with them. But your mom, you might want to keep them somewhere. "Oh, yeah, this was something I used to play with when I was little." That idea of us looking back is so normal beings. Okay? So middle school orientation, with that in mind, think of those toys. Why do we do an orientation? To get you ready for a new phase in your life, brand new phase in your life, but still being thankful for the phase that is ending, still enjoying that phase, still liking that phase, even though you know it's over, and looking forward to it. So, some things to think about. It's normal to move on, unavoidable even. If some of you are thinking, "Oh, I wish I could stay at elementary forever," sorry, you can't. Okay? It's normal. And it's normal to be sad and scared as we move on. That's normal too. But you know what's also pretty normal? It's normal to be sad, scared, and happy and excited all at the same time. Did you think that was possible? You can be sad and happy at the same time. Very, very normal. And in times of transition, that is especially normal. Okay? And it's healthy to be thankful for what we had and hopeful for the future. Keep those things in mind. Okay? Hopeful for what is ahead. Keep those things. Just a verse, Hebrews 12, 1 and 2. "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings to us so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us." Two things about this verse, okay? For you right now, how can we apply this to going into middle school? Look at verse 1. It says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great cloud of witnesses," in other words, such a great cloud of witnesses, you are surrounded by people that have been through this. Teachers have seen students move up, can give you advice. The sixth graders can give you advice. They're going to give it to you now. They're going to give it to you later. You have a great cloud of witnesses around you. Take advantage of those things that people are going to tell you. Listen. Tell you. And verse 2, lay aside every weight and sin which clings to us so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. Run with endurance. There is a race now set before you. We're here to help you run with endurance. Okay? So, 10 really quick basic tips on enjoying middle school and things to think about. 1, I don't know if you've seen these. These are a little bit old. You might not have. But there are many, many TV shows and movies out there that show middle school. They are not reality. I have yet to find one that is actually the way things really are. So, watch them. That's fine. It's fun. But please don't think that that's reality. Reality is what you're going to live in every day. All right? Keep that in mind over this summer as you prepare to start middle school. Another thing. Learn how to problem solve by yourself, even though you still should keep your parents in the loop. In elementary, you had 1, maybe 2 teachers that were with you all the time. I know Mr. Buchanan was with you most of the time. In 6th grade, you're going to have a lot more teachers. You will have a homeroom teacher, but you're going to have a lot more. You're not going to have someone there all the time to make sure all your problems get solved. You need to learn to do those by yourself. Not that you don't ask for help, but you try to problem solve. Just make sure your parents know and that they, if you need, they can help you out. Problem solve. Big thing for me. But Even though you problem solve, like I just said, you do need to ask other people for help. Okay? You will need it. You try on your own, you should. It's part of learning and maturing. But eventually you will need help, especially at the beginning. The beginning is going to be very confusing. Okay? Ask for help. Stay organized. I know that's harder for some of you than it is for others. I understand that. I was not super organized in middle school, but I learned that to be successful, you almost had to be. Okay? The amount of assignments middle schoolers lose is amazing. And the amount of points off their grades that they lose because of those assignments is amazing. Again, you're not going to have someone on top of you as much as you used to. You're going to need to stay organized on your own. For each one of you, it's going to look different. For some, it might be an agenda. For others, it might be some other way to do it. But stay organized. And hopefully, like this little cartoon says, your backpack doesn't walk off in protest. Or even worse, your cubby starts to bite you because it's too disorganized. Hopefully that's not happening now either. All right. And here, this is one about intercommunication skills. Be aware of different communication styles between people. You and your friends are changing. Friends that you've had forever from PACA. And you might all be communicating differently than they, typo, used to. Be patient with each other. You're changing. You're growing. Learn from each other. Continue to love and help and be friends. But please be aware that you are changing and you're different now. And in middle school, different than elementary, when you were kind of stuck with what you could do, you could participate in lots of things. Do something. A lot of people at PACA do sports because we can. We're a small school and pretty much anyone can do sports. But do other things too. There's robotics and music, and it doesn't have to be something at PACA. Do something outside PACA. Something close to your house for those of you that live really far away. Broaden your mind. Do something different. This is your moment. If you did already, great. Continue and widen. Do your best. It is preparation for your future. Directly, it is preparation for high school. But not just high school. It's for everything. That's why I put, but do well in everything. Not just grade. Give your best in everything. If you do sports, try your best. If you do music, do your best. Try to do your best. It doesn't mean be the best at everything, but it says try to do your best. God only wants you to do what you can do. And manage your time so that you can get enough sleep. Middle schoolers need more sleep. I actually read a study that 7 hours is good, occasionally less, occasionally more. 7 hours is good. Organize your time, which for many of you means organizing your video game time, your talking to your friends time. Organize yourself again. Manage your time. And read your Bible at least 3 or 4 times a week. You might not think so. You might think you're wasting your time, but oh my goodness, you're not. It will give you strength. It will guide you. Read your Bible. Okay? And have fun. Next year, when you start and we start out, first day of school, think of it as, okay, 6th grade, I'm going to have to work, I'm going to have to be successful, I'm going to have to study, I'm going to do stuff, but I'm going to have fun. It should be a time when you enjoy yourself. So, to end, learn as much as you can. Learn as much as you can, not just in 6th grade when you start, but learn now during these things that these people are going to talk to you about. Have the best attitude you can and make a decision to make middle school great in academics, friendships, activities, and attitude. Make a decision now. If you have any questions about anything, that's my email. Also, you've probably been getting a few emails from me anyway. Just feel free, just ask me some questions if during the whole orientation some of your questions were not answered. Okay? I wish we were there. First day of school, we're going to have another little mini first day orientation, and we can talk a little bit more. God bless you all. Take care. Stay safe and stay healthy. Okay? Bye-bye.